It is time for reading. We're going to be on the Lemonade War, your guys' favorite book. We read chapter 12 last week. When I made your lesson plan for this week, I accidentally had you reread it again, but since it's been so long since Friday, it would not be a bad idea to refresh your brain and read chapter 12. It's only 3 pages. I am not going to reread it to you because we've already read it, but I do want to go over the worksheet that you have to do. We're going to do it together, well, most of it together. So go ahead and look at this worksheet. Again, if you need to pause the video, go ahead and pause it and then catch up with me once you're ready to go. Okay? So we're looking at inferencing. If you guys remember at the very beginning of the school year, we did worksheets on inferencing. And inferencing is when we take the information we're given and we kind of assume what's going to happen next. Like we talked about, if someone says, oh, the sky outside was such a pretty shade of pink and purple, I can assume that it's probably sunset or, sunrise. So that's kind of, we're inferring. Or if we said, wow, it's really gray outside today, we can infer there's probably some dark clouds out and it might rain. So those are called inferences. We're now going to learn about a new word, which is called schema. Okay, so on your paper you have what's called schema. Schema is our background knowledge, okay? And so we're going to use our schema today. We're going to use our background knowledge to look at a situation, then we're going to infer about the situation, okay? So everyone look at the first one. It says schema, and then it has our situation, which is Jessie is not having any fun at the beach. My background information would tell me why is Jessie not having fun at the beach, because beaches are really fun. That's my background information. My schema is beaches are really fun. You can build sandcastles at the beaches. You can go swimming at the beach. You can play ball at the beach. So go ahead and write down what is your background knowledge of the beach. Then we know our situation is Jessie is not having any fun at the beach. Well, what can we infer as to why? Well, if we think about it, we can infer as to why is because she's thinking about what she did to her brother. Remember, she had put what in his lemonade? Hopefully you said bugs and worms and dirt, and ruined his whole lemonade on wheels cart. So that's what you're going to infer. We're going to infer that she's thinking about all the horrible things that she did to her brother and possibly what he's going to do to her when she gets home. The next one is our schema that we're going to think about. Jessie kept thinking about Evan at the beach. We're going to think about why was she continuing to think? My background knowledge of thinking is that she was probably having no fun because she was daydreaming, right? Our schema says that when we're daydreaming, a lot of times we miss out on the fun. And that's probably what was happening. She was daydreaming, she wasn't focused on the fun, and so she wasn't having any. So write that in there, that daydreaming is causing, that's our schema. Now again, why is she thinking about Evan? What can we infer? Well, we can probably infer that she keeps thinking about it because she feels guilty, or maybe she's worried about what Evan's gonna say, so she can't stop thinking it. So we can infer that she's constantly thinking about it because she's worried. That's our inference. Our last schema has to do with the situation. Jessie started feeling sick right before she got home. Well, feeling sick, usually we feel sick, well, if we're not actually sick, when we're nervous. So my background knowledge, my schema tells me that we feel sick when we're upset, when we're nervous, when we're anxious. So write those things down that you feel. Your schema would be that we know that anxiety and nervousness causes us to feel sick. Now we can infer that she's feeling sick. Why? Well, because she's worried about the situation between her and Evan. So we're inferring that she's made herself sick by worry. Okay? So go ahead, fill out the paper, and make sure that you have all your boxes or your circles and your triangles done with your background knowledge called your schema, but also your inferences as to why these things are happening. What can we infer? Okay? So tomorrow we're going to continue on with chapter 13, which is super exciting because the story is going to get crazy. All right, I can't wait to see you later. Bye.